welcome back to my channel, and thank you guys for your continued support. Now, I know it's been a minute since you guys have seen me on here. I say it's been a little over a month. But yeah, your girl just needed a mental vacation, okay? But on top of that, I'm just a person, like, at this point in my life, I want to do everything with intent. So if it's important to me and it matters to me, and I just want to feel genuine and to feel relatable. And so that's the way that I would like it to be received. And so that's just where I'm at with it. Just based off of life experiences, just different life events. I think, people can grasp that and receive that a little bit better than just giving them whatever, just to make content. And that's just not what I'm about. And then also, it's my birthday last month. I turned 33, August 27th. And so thank you, God, for allowing me to see another year. Shout out to all my Virgos out there, and those who love to hate us. But yeah, anyways, and then also things just was picking up at my job. For those who don't know, I work at a medical center under Bryant Counseling Services as a counselor. So that clientele has been picking up also. So yeah, things have been on the up and up. Of course, there's been some ups and downs here and there, but I don't complain because, I was in a different place last year than I was this year, mentally, and, just with everything all the way around, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. So I'm happy and I'm proud of myself. I would like to say that. So first off, I want to start off by shouting out our sponsor for this video. Just kidding. I'm actually doing it out of love. It's an artist named Trans Lee. He's a good friend of mine. He is really, really talented, guys. I need you guys to go check him out. And he came up with this idea to put inner peace, outer glow. And this is actually, from what he told me, this is his handwriting. He just had someone print this for him. And this is also a black one, which I dressed up over the weekend. Yeah. And so if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen me with it on. And he also has like bucket heads and hoodies. So if you guys are interested, his Instagram is inner peace, outer glow. Exactly what it says. And there's different colors of these as well if you guys are interested. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the topic for today, which is we're going to talk about sex, guys. Probably not in the way that you guys want to hear it, but I think, it's going to be some new knowledge that I think I wish I had access to at some point in my life before I, ventured out and started doing my own thing. And so I think this is very important for you guys to just, receive it. And if it's just not for you, it's not for you. Everything is not for everybody, and I understand that. So we're going to be talking about sex and soul ties. I found it, I've touched on this subject a couple of times in other videos, but I think it deserves its own. So when I speak of sex and soul ties, I feel like people don't understand the importance of energy transference. So I just wanted to kind of give my take on that. Sex is not casual, guys. Sex is not casual. It's more spiritual than you think. I know it's easy. Let me put it this way. This shirt is casual. Sex is not. Sex and casual don't go hand in hand. I know we like to think that, but there are societal norms that I think are created that make people feel like when it comes to sex, their irresponsible decisions and toxic behaviors are okay. And I think because we live in a world where a lot of things are over-sexualized. And because a lot of things are over-sexualized, people confuse sex with intimacy. So when I think about intimacy, I think about conversation, having conversation, getting to know the person. I also think about physical touch. So that could be cuddling, doesn't have to be anything It doesn't have to be penetration. And also spending quality time with each other. So that is what I think of when I hear intimacy. Now, and I'm just looking down, guys, because I have some points. I just want to make sure I hit every point. My ex, my recent ex that I've spoken to you guys about in previous videos, one of his love languages, he says, is physical touch. And he had approached me saying one day in a relationship that he didn't feel like he was getting what he needed in a relationship in regard to that love language. We probably had sex like a couple days before he had approached me with that. And that's just me giving an example of how people can confuse sex with intimacy, because physical touch does not necessarily have to be sex. If you guys understand what I'm saying. And so I think his idea was a little clouded. It was a little bit clouded because we were intimate. We have been intimate, like maybe not the way he wanted us to be within those couple of days that we weren't having sex, but we were intimate. And I'll just give this example. If you're married to somebody and they have some physical ailments that might not allow them to have sex, like something happens to them where they have to have surgery, or say for instance, like your wife, she gets pregnant and she can't have sex for a certain amount of time, because there's a certain period of time when as women can't have sex after having a child. So just because the person is not having sex with you, you don't feel like they're fulfilling the love language of physical touch. And I come to tell you guys right now, if sex is how you gain, or if that's how you get your connection in your relationship or keep your connection, you're already losing in that relationship. Because we all know certain things die down after a certain time. And when you're with someone for so long, there has to be other things that keep you together other than sex. And in most cases, if you are in that relationship for a long time, it's usually because the soul tie is keeping you guys together, because you don't want to, detach from one another. But eventually it'll take its toll. They'll be, it'll be emotionally overwhelming at some point, especially if this person has things about them that they're dealing with, like emotional trauma, which leads me to my next point. People think using condoms and contraceptives, that's cool. Protect yourself by all costs, by all means. But those things don't protect you from other people's energies. So you might get up and think, okay, well, we're good. I ain't got no pregnancy scares, no ST. And you can't say certain stuff on YouTube, so that's why I didn't say the whole thing. But you still are transferring energies. So if that person is dealing with something, or they have a certain spirit about them, it can be transferred into you. And then you don't know, the next day you could be mad and you don't even know why your energy is off. And most people who are kind of in tune with themselves pay close attention to this, or notice this more than others. So even if you don't think you're doing that, or you don't notice it, does not mean it's not happening. It just means that you're not in tune with it. So yeah, energy can be transmitted and transferred like a ST. And you can also plant a seed in someone, or the energy can be planted as a seed, just like a child can. So don't ever get it misconstrued. Don't ever get it misconstrued. I know it might seem like, okay, whatever, it's just energy. Yeah, it sounds like whatever, until you find yourself with this person and you notice that you're becoming something that you're not, and you're just acting out of character, because this person has things in them that's not healed, and sometimes you don't either. So you guys are just trauma bonding. So be mindful. Don't let looks or any external factors fool you. You need to know the fruit by the root. You need to know who you're dealing with. You need to know, if the person had any, any violations happen to them growing up, or, who or how they were raised. You need to know all of it. Like, don't let the flashy things, what the person has, what they look like, the people that admire them, because people can admire anyone and not really know them 100%. Don't let that cloud your judgment. Seek to understand this person for yourself and get to know their true character so that you know who you're dealing with. And, a lot, I don't want to come across like I'm judging, because this video can come across like I'm judging. I'm not, because that's not my place. I'm not God. I'm just trying to give you knowledge on what can happen when you just look at sex as a casual thing, because it's not. You always want to make sure that you do things that are intentional, Yeah, what's next? And just make sure that when you're doing it and you feel like you're okay, that you're doing it within your timeline and not someone else's. Don't let them influence you on doing something that you've, kind of set the standard for yourself, which brings me to my next point, is set the standard of who you choose to share your body with. And I'll just use me for an example. When I go into situations now, before I didn't do it, but I try to ask the right questions. Now, have I messed up? Yes, with not asking the right questions and ending up in situationships, which is why I am the way I am now. So if I feel like there's no intent in regard to dating and you're just kind of going with the flow, I can't do that. Not to say I want to be your girlfriend tomorrow or next month, but I need to know that you're going to pursue me in a way that I feel like we're going to head somewhere. And if it doesn't work out, there's a chance that it might not work out, even if you're doing it intentionally, but at least you guys are on the same page, knowing like, okay, this is where I'm trying to head to. Like, I'm dating with the intent of marriage. But if the person is just going with the flow, and I'm usually fine. If a person tells me that it ain't what they want, I'm cool with that, because I was in that same season at one point. But the thing about me is, in my season, I really didn't. Not only did I not want to. Not only did I not want anything to do. Well, how can I word this? I just didn't want anybody. I didn't want to entertain anybody at all. Like, so I wasn't going on dates. I wasn't having sex. I just cut everything off. And so that is really what allowed me to heal. If you guys really want to know how to heal from past trauma, past pain from relationships, that is really how you heal. Not hopping on to the next person. It might seem like it, but all you're doing is just carrying the same things over to other relationships, and it's not really helping at all. And if you are considering being abstinent, renewing yourself, that's okay too. If you're a virgin, that's okay too. Set your standard in what you plan on doing. So if you plan on being single, intentionally be that. But if you want to, if you see yourself wanting to be with someone and entertain someone, make sure that you guys are both on the same page. So ask the appropriate questions so that you're not hurt in the end because you wasted your time. And also understand that it's okay for that person not to be ready. It's okay. But you can't sit around waiting for that person to be ready. You have to move on about your life. Do like they're doing what makes them happy. You have to do what makes you happy as well. So just be mindful of that. And instant gratification is a fleeting feeling just for pleasure in that moment. So to me, I feel like when I say that, it's just that we're looking for a quick fix constantly. And I think social media has made that worse. Social media has definitely made that worse. Everyone's looking for attention, and it's just like looking to be validated. But when it comes to sex, it's just like that quick pleasure. And I just tell people all the time, take that sexual energy and put it into something that matters. Make sure that you're putting that sexual energy somewhere that matters. Because usually, like when I have a lot of sexual energy, especially when I wasn't having sex for a whole year, I literally put a lot of that into my passion, into my craft. And it's taken me a long way from where I was last year. And that's why anything I do is with intent, because I don't need distractions. I don't need anything taking me off course. And if it's going to come into my life, it has to make sense and it has to keep me on course, because I'm going to maintain being my own peace. And whoever comes in my life has to maintain being my peace as well, and being their own peace. I don't want you to just be my peace. Like, I need you to be happy too. With all that being said, and yeah, guys, just be mindful, because people can be selfish, and you have to learn how to be, to have self-discipline, self-control, to make sure that you are not going outside of the bounds of sharing or just doing anything with your body just because it's okay and everyone is doing it. Like, yeah, sex is not a bad thing. Sex is a good thing, but it's just all about how you do it and how you're using it. A lot of people might not agree with me, some people might say, oh, you're sex shaming. I don't care what you say, because I've been able to understand, I've experienced certain things that's allowed me to understand the importance of knowing that some of this stuff can affect you if you don't get a hold of your life and not just let life happen to you and just be out here doing things just because everybody else doing it and it seems cool. But anyway, I feel like I'm going on a tangent. But I hope you guys were able to gain the knowledge from this video. Remember to go to Inner Peace Outer Glow if you guys are interested in any of his merch. Like I said, he has bucket hats, and he has hoodies and different color of these tees. And also, guys, if you are still looking for coaching, I am still doing coaching. Even though I work at Bryant Counseling Services, I have my own thing on the side. So you can book me if my schedule that I have during the day is not good for you, or if you want to come through and book a consultation where I work at, that's fine too. Just hit my DMs up, but don't be just coming in and asking no crazy questions now, okay? But that's pretty much it, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Be blessed.